Welcome back, my friends. Today we are taking a look back to see some spring inspiration from previous years. I've got pastels, neutrals, outdoor decorating, and even a look back at when my channel was still pretty new. We'll be thrifting for spring-inspired items and doing a ton of decorating. So if you're ready for spring and you want to start planning, you're in the right place. Before we get started, I kind of wanted to share with you what I'm thinking for the kitchen. I have a lot of items that I'm not sure if they're going to work well together, but I kind of brought all the things that I am definitely going to be using here to the island just so you can kind of see where I'm going with things. I'm trying to bring in a really neutral look. I've been doing that. I did that in the living room and in the dining area, and I really want to continue that. And so bringing in the geranium is going to help tie in with the decor that I have going on in my living room. You can see back there on my side table, I've got another one. And then this stoneware pitcher. This is a clearance find from years ago from the Hearth and Hand line, along with some really beautiful, it's funny I say that because it's from the brand Beautiful at Walmart, block print hand towel with this really sort of pretty neutral taupe and almost mauve. I want to work in some more pink, but I want to keep that green as well. And that is kind of where I'm going with the color scheme for the kitchen. I do have a few more items, so we'll see if I end up bringing those in, but this one is going to be pretty simple, guys. I just want to keep it warm with neutrals, woods, and maybe some pink. So let's see how it turns out. We'll start here on the side of my refrigerator. I have this really great little magnetic rod. It's actually a curtain rod, but I like using it here because it helps me to bring a little bit of interest and a pop of color onto the side of the fridge here where my coffee bar is. And I don't know, it just really dresses it up and makes everything feel a little bit more cozy than just having the, flat black side of the refrigerator as it is. So I'm just adding this little pink crocheted pot holder that I picked up on Amazon, along with a really adorable pink gingham towel. I think that was from the Target dollar spot last year, but you guys, anything that I can link below, I will. And over on the side next to my espresso maker, I'm going to bring in one of these scallop trays. You guys know I love these. I use these so often because I actually have two of them. And inside the tray, I'm going to add in my favorite Magnolia Table cookbook. And I'll be honest, I have not tried one recipe from this book. I just love the cover of it. And then I'm also going to add in a little bit of neutral colored pottery and a bit of pink. I want to kind of try to tie in with a bit of the pink that's on the side of the refrigerator. I'll add this scalloped, adorable, rechargeable lamp and a few last minute pieces that make the coffee station work, and a candle, and that'll do it. Now for my kitchen window, I am not sure if these will be staying. These are some green and white pinstripe towels that I thought were great for the spring season, but I do have something else on order, so if I change anything, I'll let you know. I'm going to add in the same soap dispenser from my Valentine's decor because I think it's cute and it really does tie in with the color scheme. And then over to the other side of the sink, I'm going to be bringing in a little bit more of a warmer, rich wood tone with this tray. This came in a set of 2 from Amazon, and I like the scalloped edging of it. It brings in just a little bit of interest. And then I'm just going to lean one of my darker colored round cutting boards against the backsplash, and this thing was giving me a time. It did not want to stand up. In front of it, I'm going to add a pothos plant that my daughter actually gave me a propagation of, and I've been loving having a house plant alive in the house. It's not something I typically do, but it is a nice addition and makes things feel kind of alive. So far I'm loving this neutral look, and I want to keep that going on the other side of the stove. So I'll bring in this footed tray from Target. This was in the spring line, and I believe it is still available, so I'll have it in the shopping tab if it is. But one of the things I tried to do here was keep things very simple and neutral with the stoneware and wood, and then I'll bring in one of those geraniums that we spoke about when I was showing you the different decor. That's a nice pop of green against the white backsplash and really does sort of tie in with the pothos on the other side. And then these are absolutely my favorite salt and pepper mills. I grabbed them at Target during the fall. They are still available. I did see them in store recently, but I just love the way they bring a little bit of that warmth in. And to help me continue to tie in with the display on the other side, I'll bring in one more of those bunnies. These are from the Target Dollar Spot last year, and I love the way they bring in that light pop of color to match with the pot on the geranium. Now, since my island is pretty small, I don't typically bring a lot of decor on top, so I'm just gonna add in one simple cake stand and that really pretty, beautiful brand hand towel from Walmart. And then I'll pop over to my front entry and work on my little entry rod here. I'm just gonna add in a few simple touches. This is a measuring cup set that I picked up at Home Goods recently, and I love bringing in these warm metallics for spring because I think it does a really good job to elevate some of the spring decor and make it look a little bit more interesting. The finishing touch is just lighting a one battery-powered taper candle and taking a look at how it all came together. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you think, but I am absolutely in love with this neutral and cozy and slightly cute spring kitchen this year. Well guys, that's going to do it for today's kitchen decorating. I hope I gave you some great ideas that you can use in your kitchen for the upcoming spring season. I am loving how light and bright everything feels, and I can't wait to get outside and work on my front porch. The weather here has really been warming up, and I hope that you guys are starting to see glimpses of spring where you are. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what it's like where you live and what your plans are for the spring decorating. So this is the area we're going to be starting with, and you guys can see that I do have an area rug here already, but I have had this here since probably summer last year, and over the time that I've had it, I have loved it, but it is really dirty, and you know, it's washable, and I have washed it many times, but I'm just ready to brighten and lighten things up for the spring. So I found a really beautiful lighter colored area rug on Amazon. I will have it linked below if you're interested in checking it out, but I thought it was time to retire this one for a little while and bring in the new one. I don't typically do a lot of cleaning in my decorating videos, mainly because I do Sunday resets where you see all of the cleaning, but this was a perfect time with the couch moved away to get everything freshened up for the spring. So I thought I would tackle the baseboards and the fan before bringing in the new carpet. And of course I knocked all of the dust off of the fan onto the floor, so before bringing in the area rug, I decided to do a quick vacuum. And finally, it's time to bring in the new items. I'm so excited to share with you this rug and another piece of new furniture that is new for today's video. Now this rug is an 8 by 10 size and I love the pattern on it. I thought it was great because the background is a really light cream color, but it works in a lot of darker tones as well as some taupe. There's just a lot going on here, and I thought that this sort of light colored but busy pattern would work really well for the spring. And once it all comes together, I could not be happier with the way everything looks. And it would seem that Molly even likes it. I think she approves. And what they say is true about a determined woman who wants to move furniture. There is no waiting for help when it comes to wanting to redecorate and move furniture around, at least not for me. I just find a way to get it done because I am so impatient. Last year, I began making some changes to the furniture in my living room. You can see in the far back right corner, I used to have a 9-drawer apothecary, and I have recently swapped that out for an arched cabinet. And last year, I also added in this really beautiful, low-profile, neutral swivel chair, and I just love the way it brought so much cozy warmth into this space. So now that I have everything kind of put back into place, I want to share with you some of the items that I'm going to be using for my living room decor. I decided that I wanted to keep things pretty neutral, but also cute. So cute and neutral is what I'm trying to go with. Hopefully this is going to work with the new area rug. But we're just starting with some little adorable snowball hydrangeas. I grabbed these at Hobby Lobby. They were $3.99. I did get them on the week that they were on sale though, so they were less than that. And I only bought 4 because I'm thinking I want to just sort of add them into the greenery that I have in that corner by my 9-drawer cabinet. So I'm thinking just that little pop of white and the color variation on the leaves is really going to help kind of lighten up the space, because with that dark cabinet, and then I have some dark colors in the newer rug, I want to kind of tie into that. And then I really do like the sort of pop of pinkish red on the leaves. I think that helps to, I don't know, bring in a little bit of the color in the rug. That wasn't on purpose, I'll be completely honest with you, but I'm kind of glad it happened. It was a happy accident. And then I'm coming in also with some really neutral decor pieces. I always love these decorative candles at Hobby Lobby. This one smells really, really good. Coconut milk and patchouli. And then a few items that you guys have seen before. This is one of those from the 3-pack at Target, the little geranium potted plants. I think they're so cute, and I love tucking them into little spaces as they go around the house. They kind of make everything match and look cohesive. This is a bunny that I grabbed last year at Hobby Lobby, and I love the sort of dramatic coloring of him. He's very sleek. He doesn't have a lot of bright colors or adornments on him, so I think that's going to work really well with the color scheme. And then some more neutral flowers. This is just ones that I've had for quite some time. My favorite picture of my husband and I in a gold arched frame, an old planter that I always love to use in different ways in the house. And then probably some of my more favorite items are these gingham pillows. These are from the My Texas House line at Walmart. I really, really like these. And one of the favorite parts about them is the other side is a slightly different look. It's like a reversible pattern. It's white with taupe. On this side, it's, more taupe. And then this is also from Walmart. I cannot remember if it's My Texas House or Better Homes and Gardens, but if I can include it in the description box or in the shopping tab, I will, because I love the scallop edge on this, and I love that it is rechargeable. So I'm going to try to work that in also. I have in mind to use it in the living room, and if that doesn't work, then I'll bring it into the kitchen. And then I will be adding in my little scallop tray. You guys know I love these scallop trays. I actually have 2 of them, and I'm not sure how these are all going to look with that new area rug, so let's get started and find out together. I'll start by decorating my 9-drawer cabinet in the far corner, but I just wanted to bring everything over here onto the coffee table and kind of get a feel for the space and see how I want to display everything. In a recent video, I shared with you that I had thrifted this lamp, and I brought it back for the spring season because I absolutely love it. And this corner is such a pretty space to decorate. I can't wait to see how it all comes together. I think it's going to really work with the color scheme being neutral. So I'm just going to add in these little hydrangeas along with the greenery that I already have in this vase, just to bring in a pop of light neutral color and kind of soften the color scheme here in the corner.
Took the seat next to mine, like you've been there before. I'm befriended in an illusion. I could never stand to lose you. I get by when you're at my side. I'm befriended in an illusion. At the end of my bed, in the palm tree lightning.
With the corner area completed, I wanted to move to the coffee table and continue that neutral color scheme, and I want to keep the black contrast going as well. So I love these neutral florals in this black planter.
Always one step ahead, and I'm running.
Now, I don't always use pillows or throws in the living room, mainly because I have a very limited amount of seating, and so adding in pillows sort of removes the amount of space that there is for comfortable seating. But these pillows are so soft and so comfy and so squishy that they don't really feel like they're taking away anything when you sit down. And I want to keep things very simple with just that single potted geranium and a cream colored pillow on that chair, along with this really cute green and white checkered pillow in my wooden chair. And that's going to do it. I love the simplicity of it and the neutral colors. I feel like it's warm and welcoming, and it also has a little bit of cute to it, which is perfect and just the way I like it.
I'm befriended in an illusion. I could never stand to lose you. I get by when you're at my side.
With the living room complete, it's time to head over to the dining area, and one of my favorite places to decorate is this little peg shelf on the wall beside my sliding door. I've got a lot of different spaces that I want to bring in some spring decor. So now that I'm ready to begin decorating, you guys know I love to bring everything onto my island. I did play around already with all of my florals because I just wanted to make sure that they would have enough volume to fill up the vessels that I was using, especially that large basket there in the center. So all the florals are already set in their homes, but we're going to be placing all of these items. So just wanted to show you what everything looks like together. That way you can get an idea for the color scheme. I'm trying really hard to keep things neutral with just a few pops of green, gold, terracotta, but for the most part, everything is neutral and kind of cohesive. And I really wanted to continue the sort of, I don't know, cozy neutral that I've got going on in the living room. So I feel like with this color scheme, I'm going to be able to do that. So just very quickly, you guys saw this little guy here. I had thrifted him recently and included him in last week's thrift haul video, and I've got a few bunnies from the Target dollar spot from last year, as well as these two guys are this year's Target dollar spot. They were $1 each. I'm trying to incorporate some more warm metallics, so I've got my copper colored scissors from Hearth and Hand last year. I've got my dad's flower, and I've got a lot of warm woods, some really beautiful greens, and a lot of baskets. So that's kind of what we're working with today. Let's get started. I think I'm probably gonna head over to my peg shelf and start over in that section because I always love kind of getting inspiration by that display and playing the rest of the room off of that. So that is how we'll begin.
It was nothing you did, I just felt my love.
So here on my peg shelf, I want to start with this antique scale. I've had this for a few years and I've used it in many different places in my house, but one of my favorite ways to use it is for spring because it has the most beautiful sage green coloring to it. And I thought it would be a really nice centerpiece here on the peg shelf. I'll surround it with items that are mainly neutral colored or dark wood, and we'll see how this comes together with a few thrifted items as well. And some of you may have seen this cutting board in a recent video. This was from the Hobby Lobby clearance, and I'm really glad I picked it up because it is a perfect wood accent for the bunny on the left, along with this little guy who I picked up at the Target Dollar Spot last year during the spring season. And I'll also be adding in some more of those neutral baby's breath. I tend to use them all throughout the year in different ways, and I love how they have just this really soft accent. Now this is something that my dad made for my mom years ago, and I always love trying to work it into different areas in my house for the different seasons. And although I'm not trying to match everything exactly, bringing in a little bit more of those neutral baby's breath, along with this little vessel that matches the one on the opposite side, is a really good way to balance out the shelf. And although I do love the way this shelf looks right now, sometimes you just have to make that one last minute change and it makes everything come together just perfectly. Next up, I have this really beautiful wicker storage trunk that I thrifted years ago, and I have been loving it in this space. Lately, I have just been setting 2 pillows on it and kind of leaving it at that, but today I want to add a little bit of decor that would help me to tie into the spring season and bring in some more of those light tones, especially since my floors and my door are very dark, and so is the wicker trunk. And so adding in this white pillow and this really beautiful white bowl from Hobby Lobby, along with a few wicker carrots and a few more accent pieces, really kind of ties in everything and rounds out the space in a way that I have never done before, but I really love it.
I could smell the pines when I let you in the doorway. Took the seat next to mine like you've been there before. I'm befriended in an illusion. I could never stand to lose you. I get by when you're at my side. I'm befriended in an illusion.
We're going to continue on and move over to my fireplace mantle and this little stool here. I do like to keep this section kind of simple and very neutral, but I've got an idea that I want to continue on with a lot of those neutrals and greens, and so I'm just going to start here on this little stool by adding in one wooden riser. And then this, I believe, is originally from Hobby Lobby. I thrifted it along with a battery powered candle in a glass hurricane. Just again, keeping things very simple.
Always one step ahead, and I'm running behind you. I'm different.
Now for the mantle, I'm going to add in this little scalloped wooden tray. I think it's really cute, and it kind of ties in with this thrifted basket that I'm using to hold some really gorgeous tulips. These are from Amazon. If I can link them below, I'll have them in the description box. And some more thrifted items. Finding items that are unique at the thrift store is one of my favorite pastimes. And this little candy dish with the bunny on top is a perfect match for the color of the tulips and the wooden vase behind. Now for the opposite side of the mantle, I want to bring in these thrifted cast iron door stops. They have a really adorable floral pattern in a wicker basket, and I thought that would be a perfect complement to the wicker basket on the opposite side. And I'm just going to add in a few of my favorite green colored thrifted books. And in front of that, I'll add a few terracotta pots and an adorable little bunny to celebrate the spring season. The dining room is really taking shape, but the main centerpiece hasn't been done yet, so it's time to move over to my dining table. A lot of you have seen this table runner that I picked up recently on a trip to Hobby Lobby. It was in the clearance section, and I absolutely love the neutral striped detail on the top. And of course, more florals. Spring isn't spring without all of the flowers, along with this really beautiful basket that was also a thrift find from a while ago. I thought it was a really pretty accent for the color of the table. And since we have so much wood and neutral going on, I thought it would be fitting to add in these wooden candle holders and some more of those battery-powered taper candles that I love so much. A few more of the little cute bunnies from the Target dollar spot will really help kind of brighten up this little space here beside the basket. And then on the opposite side, I'm going to come in with my favorite salt and pepper shakers. You guys know I love hobnail. It is one of my favorite accent patterns, and I think it is absolutely stunning here in front of this wooden basket. Now the living room and dining room are almost complete, but here beside my porch door, I do like to hang a neutral colored apron and a piece of art. And so that is what I've got going on this side of the room. And it really does warm up the space and make the side of the refrigerator just a little bit more welcoming and interesting.
Now we talk all the time. It's a little one-sided. Step ahead, and I'm running behind you. I'm befriended in an illusion. I could never stand to lose you. I get by when you're at my side.
That's going to do it for the decorating today, guys. I hope you enjoyed seeing how my spring decor came together. I am absolutely enamored with it. I know I say it all the time, but I think this one is my favorite. It feels really warm and welcoming and cozy, but also fresh and light for spring. Keep in mind, we do have more spring decorating coming your way. I plan to work on my kitchen and my hutch, and we're taking things outside in a future video because I really want to freshen up my front porch for spring. So if you guys are all about the spring decorating inspiration, you are definitely in the right place. Be sure you're subscribed because I know a lot of you guys that watch are not necessarily subscribed, and that means you might miss out on future uploads. I am so glad you joined me today. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think because I always love to chat with you guys in the comments. Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me today. We are doing a little bit of spring thrifting. I'm actually on the hunt for some very specific items. This time around, I have a list of things that I am going to stick to. I'm not gonna browse the aisles and just pick up whatever suits my fancy. I've got some very clear guidelines on what I am there to find. So it's gonna have to be something really good to come home with me if it's not on my list. So some of you guys may already know, but I am working on a bedroom makeover and we're almost to the completion of that. I have one more piece of furniture to paint, but now that I'm getting to the end and I'm starting to put together my color schemes, I am on the hunt for some bedding. In a recent haul, you guys saw that I brought home a really beautiful sage green duvet cover, but once I got all my furniture painted, that duvet cover, the color of it, just is not going to work. So I ended up returning that to Home Goods, and I really was sad because I love it, but I haven't been able to find something since that is as pretty as that one. And so I'm on the hunt for something that's neutral, and then maybe some sort of a throw that I can put as an accent color over the bed. Another thing that I'm going to be looking for is spring decor of any kind, and specifically items that are either green or pink. Obviously florals. You guys can see that I've done a little bit of decorating. I know it's kind of blurry back there. I do have decorating videos coming soon for the spring season. So if you guys want to see any of my home decorated for spring, be sure and hit that notification bell and subscribe, because I am very, very ready to share my spring decorating with you. I'm also on the hunt for some summer serveware. Some of you guys may not know, but we are in the process of doing a pretty big construction project out the side entry, which is here to the side of my dining table. We have a little patio slab out there. It's actually not little. We poured it last year with the intention of building a room addition, and then we had some unexpected financial pop-ups that, you know how life is, sometimes that happens. So we made some changes, and we decided that we're going to make that into a very large screened-in room. In Florida, it is beautiful outside most of the year, but the problem is, especially where I live, mosquitoes and other types of bugs are just not fun. And mosquitoes eat me alive. I cannot take them. So being outside in the evening hours is really uncomfortable for me. And so having a screen room where I can either entertain or just be outside in the beautiful weather, that's definitely something I'm looking forward to. So because of the construction, I've got my mind set on entertaining, outdoor dining, and things like that. So I'm kind of on the hunt for anything that's summer and patio related. And so we are going to head to Goodwill and a local charity shop also, just to see what's out there and what we can score. So let's head to the thrift stores and see what we can find. So I decided that I wanted to drive a little further and head to a Goodwill that I don't always go to. And one of the nice things about Goodwill is that the color of the week is always posted. This week it was blue, 50% off. So I was on the hunt for items with blue tags. I did not show any clothing shopping in this video. However, I did find some clothes with blue tag. But because I was on a mission to find some spring home decor, I headed to the back of the store, where I came across this absolutely gorgeous spring storage box. I love the colors on this. The floral print is so pretty. And I love the fact that it had these sort of gilded corners and the metal handle. I thought this would be great for an office. I also really liked this little 3-shelf wall hanging storage unit. I thought it was really cute. My friend Robin over at Robin Lane Low just recently hung a really cute little shelf, and as soon as I saw this, I thought of her. Now, my Goodwill always has a ton of bedding, so I was kind of surprised to see that this Goodwill also had so much. So many sheets, so many blankets. There was a lot to choose from. These are very similar to the bowls that I used on a recent DIY. I'll link that video below if you're interested in seeing it. Lamps are a weakness of mine. I am always searching for a new lamp, and I did come across some that I thought would work really well for my makeover, so stay tuned to see if I purchase that. I thought this little stool would be great for a front porch. I didn't like the color, it was kind of dark, but it did have a good price, and I do love wicker, so that one was definitely on my short list. Along with this little magazine rack, I love that it was brass with the wood handle. It was $8.98, and I thought that was a pretty good price. One of the things I want to try to find for my bedroom makeover is a really large mirror that I can kind of lean against the wall. I really like the look of those, but I didn't see any in store today that would work. I'm looking for one that has more of like an arched top. But you guys know that anything scalloped is really trending right now, so I thought this table was really cute. I don't know about you guys, but I am a sucker for the mug section at Goodwill. I always love to see if I can find one that is perfect for the upcoming season. I did see this one that I should have picked up actually and stored away for the fall, but I decided to leave it behind. I am not quite ready to think about fall just yet. But I do love a good pitcher or creamer. I love the scallop lines on the top of this, and the green pinstripe was so cute. $4.98 is a great price. You guys, this Goodwill had some really, really great items. I actually was struggling to try to stay under budget and not overbuy. I came across these really cute copper pieces and I thought they would be great decor for the kitchen, but they were definitely not on my list, and I am trying so hard to stick to my plan. So ultimately, I did leave them behind. Okay guys, we're back. I feel like I did pretty good. I feel like I found a lot of the items that I was on the hunt for. Sadly, I did not find any bedding. I was kind of bummed about that because there was a few really nice pieces that I saw that would have worked for the color scheme, but they were the wrong size for the bed that I have. So I had to leave those behind, but I'm sure I'll find something. And of course, I'll be on the lookout over the next few weeks before I share my bedroom makeover with you, because something always does pop up when you're looking for it. So don't give up. If you're a new thrifter, don't give up when you don't find what you want the first time around. Sometimes it is a hunt, and sometimes you just have to persevere and keep going back. So I do intend to do that. But I want to start with the most adorable spring decor item. I kind of have an idea already of where I'm going to place this little guy, but when I said I was on the hunt for spring items, this was exactly the color scheme that I was going for, and he's so cute. So I just wanted to share with you this guy. Look how cute this little bunny is. He is so cute. He's got his little paws there looking like he is about to hop away. He's got his little backpack there, little basket filled with his greens and his florals, and he is just ready to go. I have an idea that I want to use him somewhere in my dining room. I think he would be a great addition. He does have the color scheme that I was looking for, and I picked this guy up at Goodwill. He was $1.98, and I love that he's got the felt on the bottom because that'll definitely protect any of the furniture that I put him on. He's not very heavy, but you know, it's always nice to have that at the base. There's no markings or anything to indicate that he might be valuable, but I think he's valuable because he's really cute. So the next thing that I want to share with you guys is the super cute coffee cup that I picked up. Now this is one of my favorites so far that I found at Goodwill. It says I wet my plants. How funny is that? It's got a really cute turquoise polka dot design on the inside, and it's stoneware. And I love these sort of short and fat coffee cups. That just seems to be the shape and size of coffee cups that are comfortable for me. It's got like this really pretty, almost terracotta feeling material or accent down here at the bottom that brings in a little bit of neutrals. And you guys, with the outdoor construction that we're doing, I am not able to get out there right now and do gardening, and it's killing me because it's perfect weather for it, at least here in my area. But when the construction is done, I have a lot to do out there as far as the garden will be concerned. So this mug is going to definitely help me on the mornings when I have to get out there and reconfigure my entire garden, because you guys, the structure that we built has totally changed, although the lighting out there. So the plants that I have that need full sun, they definitely need to get moved. So that will be coming soon too. I'm not typically a gardening channel, but I do like to incorporate some gardening, especially in the spring and summer when I'm out there enjoying the weather. So this is gonna be perfect for in those days where I am going to be out there gardening and getting motivated with my morning cup of coffee that says I wet my plants. I love it. Oh, and this one was $1.98. And so I thought that was a really good deal for a coffee mug. Typically at Goodwill, all the coffee mugs will be the same price, unless for some reason there's some sort of expensive china or something. But $1.98 for a mug is pretty good considering I use coffee mugs all the time. And I kind of choose my coffee mug in the morning based on how I feel that day and what I'm doing. So it's nice to have all of these different options with different colors just to kind of start the day right. So $1.98 can't be beat. Now, the next thing I want to share with you is something that I cannot believe that I found. I don't know if it is specifically for spring because it is green, but I don't know if it's the right green. I am gonna try to work it in, but this is something that I wanted to buy during the fall season at Target. It's from the Hearth and Hand line. I did not pick it up brand new at retail because it was a little expensive for my budget for what I wanted to spend on decor. So when I saw it at Goodwill, I could not wait to get it in my cart. And it is this. So some of you guys might have seen this when we were in the fall season from the Hearth and Hand line. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's this really pretty green fluted hurricane vase or candle holder. I'm probably going to use this as a candle holder because I don't typically like to use vases that are glass. I don't know why, actually. I probably could use this as a vase and it would be gorgeous. But this one was originally $19.99 at Target, but I picked it up for $3.98. So I'm very happy with this find. And I did go ahead and try to style it. I'm not sure if what you're seeing on the screen is exactly how I'm gonna use it for the spring, or even if I will use it for the spring, but I think it can work in a moody setting, and my bedroom is gonna be a little bit moody as well. So if I don't end up using it downstairs the way I'm showing you in the clip, then I probably will move it upstairs and use it in my bedroom. But I absolutely love this, and I love that I found it for $4. Now this one is a little bit random because I am not typically a perfume person, but I love light scents, and I really do like the Victoria's Secret body spray. So when I came across this lavender and vanilla from Victoria's Secret, I thought this was a good purchase. It was, how much was it? $2.98, and it was nearly full. I mean, I've used it a few times, so you can see it's down, but honestly, I am not a huge perfume person, so this is probably gonna last me quite some time. But the nice part about it is it's really light. It's soft and light, it's not overpowering, and it doesn't have a very strong floral scent, which I tend to not do well with. I'm not allergic to it, I just don't enjoy it. And so I thought this would be a great addition to my get ready in the mornings for the spring, especially when I'm trying to look cute and feel cute. I thought that would be a good purchase. And if I end up really liking it and using it a lot, I may end up going online and buying it new. But this is a good way to test it out for $2.98. Now, the last thing that I purchased was 100% what I was looking for, but I didn't think I was gonna score this good when it came to outdoor dining and entertaining. And so when I came across this set of 4 Threshold gingham blue plates. These are melamine, they're plastic. I wanted these when I saw them new in store also. I did not pick them up because they were expensive and I wanted 4 of them. And so I just figured, no, I'll just wait and thrift them. And I never found one last year. I never found any last year, to be honest with you, that I thought would be workable for either spring or summer. But how cute are these? I love this gingham pattern. This blue is absolutely adorable. These were $1.98 each. I don't want to drop them. They were $1.98 each, so you can see the Threshold brand on there. What a find. So that is what I picked up while I was thrifting. I stayed in budget. I went to the thrift store with $30 and I came in right at $20 with tax. So I did great. I am so thrilled, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this haul. Stay tuned for some spring styling. I've got my front porch decorating I'm gonna be doing. As always, I'll be doing a Sunday reset so you guys can kind of keep up with me and see what I'm up to each week. And that's pretty much it. We're gonna close out the video today and remind you guys to subscribe. I hope you enjoyed today's haul, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for being with me, and I love you guys. Take care, bye-bye. Now that the warmer weather has arrived, my front porch really needed some attention, so I broke out the pressure washer and decided to tackle this on the day before decorating. And I don't know if you guys get this in your area, but in Florida, we get like algae and pollen and all of this gross stuff that kind of builds up throughout the winter, and getting it off really makes everything feel fresh and bright and new again, and it's perfect for spring decorating. When I'm doing the project, I always think about how much I wish I was not doing this project right now. However, now that it's clean and dry, I can see that it was totally worth it, and I'm glad I did it. Of course, I still do need to sweep because when I did the pressure washing on the ceiling, it knocked all of the dirt down here. So we're gonna go ahead and just quickly get this swept off, and then I'm gonna share with you what I was inspired by and some of the items that I'll be using for my spring porch this year. This was the only Pinterest picture that caught my eye this year. As soon as I saw it, I knew I needed to do this. So I decided to go ahead and set out in my decor stash to see what I already had and then fill in the gaps from there. So I went and found these beautiful soft pink and white floral bouquets from Home Goods. I do have a couple of Easter items, but I don't think I'm going to be adding those in just yet. Easter's a little ways off still. I do want to include them here just so that I can see if they'll work. But I really love this soft pink color palette, and bringing together that and the wicker baskets and the wood, and I just think it's just going to be so beautiful. I cannot wait to style it all up and see how it looks. I also have this really cute little bunny statue. I grabbed him at Home Goods a couple of years ago, and although he does look like wood, he's just resin. On one side, he's got these really pretty white ornate detailing, and on the other side, he's just plain, and so I'm not sure which side I'm gonna go with. I think it'll just depend on how everything is looking when I set it all out. Now this basket is a new one. The other basket was thrifted, and now I also have one in the back there that I picked up from the Better Homes and Gardens line at Walmart last year. And a lot of you have already seen these beautiful white hydrangeas. I've got this pink and white plaid pillow from the Target Dollar Spot last year. I really like this one because if I turn it around, it's a neutral bunny. So as Easter approaches, I can still use the same pillow and just turn it around and show that festive little bunny print. And all of this is going to bring in such a beautiful spring color palette for my front porch this year. Now that the front porch is completely clean and dry, it's time to bring back my furniture. These are not new furniture pieces, although in the future I do plan to refresh my base furniture pieces. I like these though, so I don't mind reusing them. I've got these two wicker looking chairs that are from the Big Lots patio section, along with this drum table that is also from Big Lots from last year. And the other chair was actually a thrift find, but I love that dark colored wicker. And this is gonna create this really nice base for a new rug that I'm bringing in. This is jute. I picked this up at a store called Home Centric. It's a sister store to Bell's, and I love their products. So this jute is going to help tie in a lot of the wicker that I'll be using, especially here around the front door. Now, before I bring in a few of the decor pieces that I want to frame the door with, I noticed they were quite dirty. They've been sitting outside since the fall of last year. So I thought I would just give them a quick wipe down. And this actually is something that I thrifted many years ago. It was from Goodwill, this lantern, and it was only $9.99. Recently, I saw a similar one at Goodwill, and it was like $25. So I'm so glad that I've been thrifting for a long time, and I have found so many pieces that I love. I'm adding in some battery-powered candles to the inside of it. I'm not sure if I'll put batteries in them and use them. I do like to have lit candles in my lanterns for the fall season, but with the days lasting longer as summer approaches, I don't know that I'll really need the additional lighting. Either way, I think they'll be a pretty touch for the sides of my front door. Now we're getting my mirror cleaned off. I don't have a window on my front porch, but I sure wish I did. And so my husband made this mirror to look like a window. Fun fact, this mirror piece was actually found on the side of the road. It was a giant dresser mirror, and my husband disassembled it and reframed it with this beautiful wood that I recently stained in a porch video last year. And this front door actually is a steel door. It was white, and I just used a kit to paint it and make it look like wood. I did that last year, and if that's something you're interested in doing, I do recommend it. I love the way it turned out, and it really warmed up the front of my porch. If you're interested in that project, I will have that product linked below so that you can check it out for yourself. As I'm adding in decor pieces, I want to make sure they all work together with the jute and the wicker and the natural elements. So this is actually a storage basket that I found in the bathroom section at the Hearth and Hand line in Target 2 or 3 years ago, but I like to use it for utensil holders in my kitchen or for planters, and I think these roses look really pretty inside that wicker. I love the way they tie into the jute rug and the color of the door. And then I decided for my bunny, I'm going to keep the decorative side hidden and just go with that kind of sleek look. I thought that it was sweet in front of the lantern, but I didn't want to detract from all of the other decor, so the plain side is perfect for that. Now we'll move on to the other side, and I'm going to bring in some pieces that from this angle will look like they don't work much for the front door, but the entry of my porch is actually to the right, and so I'm trying to face some of the decor pieces to the right and some straight on from the front of the house. Now with faux flowers, you really do need to kind of play around with them, bend the stems. They tend to have a very upright habit when you buy them, just from probably packaging, but bending the stems and helping create a little bit of movement really does help. I do recommend that you also set it in place and then bend the stems, because whichever angle you're going to see it from is the one you want the best look. And so after I set it, I decided to kind of play around with them a little bit more, and I like to cheat the flowers forward. There's nothing on the back end to look at, and so I bend all of the stems facing forward so that the front view gives the best color pop. I am loving the look of the door, but now it's time to add in a few more decor pieces. This ceramic bunny I thrifted a few years ago and gave him a little DIY. I'm gonna add a few terracotta pots that I added some watered down white paint to, just to soften the color on them. I wanted to make a stack of pots so it looked like the bunny was kind of peering down into them. And then a few more of those beautiful pink and white roses. This is from a few years back. This is a planter that I used inside the house last year, but I thought bringing it out would really add to the soft pink and white color palette. And now that it's done, I love the way it looks. It's time to head over to this section and start bringing in a little bit of the color over here. We're gonna use a thrifted basket. I love this little mini laundry basket. That's at least what I call it. I think it's really pretty just for laying in some pink roses. I've got this scarf that I picked up a few years ago at the Target dollar spot, just using that as a filler and letting some of that fabric spill over the side. And then as a nod to spring and all of the gardening I'll be doing, I wanted to add this little trowel. I thought it was a nice touch with the wood handle. Next up, we're going to add just a little basket door hanger. I was looking for a wreath when I was at HomeGoods, but nothing really caught my eye. And I thought this is just a perfect way to bring in another pop of pink. I'll be using these Cosmos. Last year I used them inside the house for the spring season, and I thought they were a nice complement to the pink roses without being too matchy-matchy. And I love how they kind of bring in a lot of the warm tones from the door color onto the door hanger. To the side of the door, I'm going to add this little art piece. This is actually something that I did a few years ago after watching a channel called Cass and Home, and I used it last year on my peg shelf, but I thought it would be a nice addition here on the front porch. And these pillows I picked up recently. I did include them in a recent shopping haul, and I am so in love with these. I love the scalloped detailing, and I thought they were a really pretty accent on those wicker chairs. Honestly, I am so in love with the way my porch turned out for the 2025 spring season. The soft pink and white color palette, along with all the wicker and natural elements, really makes it feel warm and welcoming and cozy, but still really feminine and pretty. I would love to hear your thoughts, so leave me a comment below and let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. Now, if you are still here at this point in the video, you are one of the real ones. Thank you so much for sticking around this far into this spring decorating marathon to see what things looked like 2 years ago as I prepared for spring. I've got pastels and beautiful pink roses and all of the fun of spring decorating.
Daddy liked talk radio. On gravel he would drive real slow. He told me, let's go see what we could see. We pulled into the empty lot before the pavement got too.
A lot of you know that I am trying really hard this year to reuse and repurpose decor that I have already purchased in order to try to save a little bit of money. And you'll see some very familiar items throughout this video.
With branches low like spiral stairs, we climbed into her maiden hair. You feel like you can really fly up there. My hand in his so patiently, we watched from our proud little tree. He hummed a little song to me. Suddenly the air would shake. The jet plane.
So many of my past spring and summer decorating was inspired by the cover of this Magnolia Table Cookbook. This floral arrangement in particular was. I loved that English cottage look with the roses and just that perfect combination of that soft white and dark and light pinks. These two little bunnies were a purchase from past year's Target dollar spot. I thought they were so adorable with their gold finish, and it really did help tie in to my paper towel holder along with the handles on the sides of this tray.
Open sky fly. Big open Our ears still ringing with the sound. We were floating off the ground. I still feel it even now.
I love using this basket of florals all throughout my house. This year you have seen it in front of my fireplace. Typically it lives here on top of my refrigerator, and I'm thinking for spring I may move it back because I absolutely love the way it fills up the space up here.
4 feet on the stripes in the Alabama highway. Out there in the open, just a wishing and a hoping. I could smell the pines when I let you in the doorway. Took the seat next to mine like you've been there before. I'm befriended and in illusion.
A lot of you may already know that this is my favorite place to decorate in the kitchen. I love this brass rod and S-hook from Target. I will have this linked in the shopping tab if you're interested in grabbing one for yourself. But I just love having this little cute, unexpected pop of decor at my front entry.
At the end of my bed, in the palm tree lightning. It was nothing you did, I just felt my low lightning. Now we talk all the time, it's a little one-sided. Always one step ahead, and I'm running.
If you are new to the channel, you may not know that I am an avid thrifter, and so many of the items that you see in today's video are thrifted and can't be linked. However, these adorable knit pot holders I did pick up on Amazon, and if they are still available, I'll be sure and link them below.
I'm befriended in an illusion. I could never stand to lose you. I get by when you're at my side. I'm befriended in an illusion.
So often when I begin decorating, I like to gather all of the items that I intend to use here on my island. It gives me an opportunity to see how each item might work together to create a cohesive look, and that's what I'm doing here. I love these lilacs. They're faux, and I did pick them up at a thrift store recently, but I thought the pop of purple was a really pretty juxtaposition to the pinks and yellows and mauves that I have going on. And a lot of times I'll use these Crocs and just kind of turn them around. I don't necessarily love always having that blue writing showing, but they are perfect for the summer, so I may reuse them again. Along with this little egg holder, this was a Target Dollar Spot item from a few years ago, but you can find them at thrift stores as well. And then this is one of my favorite items. This is a green and white spring floral ironstone plate. This is a thrifted item as well, but I love the green on this plate. I'll be combining a few other neutral pieces like these teacups and these canister sets that I used in a previous decorating video to help fill up the space and create a pretty but neutral balance to all of the color that I have going on in the kitchen.
Golden things, gold hair, gold rings, gold leaves, gold anything, golden. I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things. Walk up the river by my son. Feet step over splinters of the moon. Golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things. Gold birds, gold string, gold words, gold anything, golden. I follow only golden, golden, golden things, golden. I follow only golden, golden, golden things. Where is the line between dreaming and feeling blue?
With everything decorated in the kitchen and hutch area, it's time to move over to my living space. And I wanted to share with you guys this lamp that I thrifted last year at Goodwill. It is gorgeous. It has this beautiful kepis, I think is how you pronounce it, shell lampshade, along with this beautifully delicate brass inlay. It is so pretty. Now, this was a thrift find at Goodwill last year, and I have shared it in many different spaces because honestly, I love it for all of the seasons. This past Christmas, I had it in my upstairs spare bedroom. I loved that vintage look of it. It did have this screw on top, like a finial almost, that I removed because I really wanted the shade to be front and center and didn't want anything to distract from how pretty the shade was. And honestly, you guys, I cannot believe that I found this item for only $15.98 at Goodwill. I think this is probably my favorite thrift find in recent years.
Those crazy people. Should I stay here or should I let
So once again, I'm gathering everything here on the island just to sort of eyeball everything and make sure everything is cohesive. I'm going with a little bit more of a neutral color scheme than I did in the kitchen. This is a thrifted tortilla bowl maker that I spray painted, and I will be including a tutorial on how I did that in this video, so stay tuned for that. But I thought it came out really pretty, and I love that sort of antique brass look. And these items, I love the neutral color scheme, the buttery yellowish white tulips, along with the green, the gingham. I think it's gonna look great on that black cabinet, so let's get started.
Crazy people, should I stay here or should I let
So it's time to do the DIY, and as you can see, this is the original look of the tortilla bowl maker. It was very inexpensive at Goodwill, and when I found it, I knew exactly how I wanted to use it. So basically, I came in with 2 different kinds of spray paint. You can see I'm using black and gold, and I don't think it really matters what kind of spray paint you use. I think the technique is what matters, and so I wanted to give it a good wash to allow the paint to adhere very well. And I did not come up with this idea on my own. I actually saw this technique on Carrie Lynn's channel, and what she said is you start off by spraying the black spray paint onto the item that you're making over, and before it has a chance to dry, you quickly come in with however heavy of gold you want. And the idea is that you have 2 wet paint colors that dry together, and what that does is it creates this antiqued brass or sort of antiqued gold look, and I absolutely love the way it turned out.
be the cat in the sun? Be the cat in the sun. Set aside every empty spreadsheet line and loosen up on the grind. Simmer down, settle back and let.
Now, another swap I made last year in the springtime was removing these old bar stools that I thrifted with these new green colored Art Deco style low profile bar stools. I love the way they look here. They don't interfere with the line of sight from the kitchen into the hutch, and I think they're gorgeous.
I've got better things to do. Okay, to leave a little bit undone. Be the cat in the sun. Be the cat in the sun. Stretch out, lean back, be the cat. Stretch out, lean back, be the cat. Four feet on the stripes, in the Alabama highway. Out there in the open, just a wishing and a hoping. I could smell the pines when I let you in the doorway. Took the seat next to mine like you've been there before. I'm different.
Next, we're moving over into the dining area, and I'm coming in with a lot of those saturated colors that I used in the kitchen area. I love that sweet cottage look for this little peg shelf that I have here in the dining area, and all of the pinks and greens and yellows came together to create a really cheerful space for the spring last year.
I'm befriended in an illusion. At the end of my bed, in the palm tree lightning, it was nothing you did, I just felt my low lightning. Now we talk all the time, it's a little one-sided, always one step ahead, and I'm running behind you. I'm befriended in an illusion. I could never stand to lose you. I get by when you're at my side. I'm befriended in an illusion. I'm befriended in an illusion. I could never stand to lose you. I get by when you're at my side. I'm befriended in an illusion.
So here's my peg shelf that we're going to decorate next, and I'm going to start with this print that I actually did a DIY on, and I got this idea from watching one of my other favorite channels, which is called Cass and Home. She did a DIY with this vintage bunny print and some printed, it looks like newspaper behind it, and I thought it was a really sweet vintage looking nod to Easter. I know Easter is not very close at this moment, but I always like to plan ahead and start dreaming of how I want to bring in those cheerful colors for the spring and Easter season.
Like you've been there before. I'm befriended in an illusion. I could never stand to lose you. I get by when you're at my side. I'm befriended in an illusion.
I haven't had my peg shelf up in quite some time, and I'm thinking I may end up bringing it back for the spring. You guys will have to leave me a comment below and let me know if you have seen the area here that I'm decorating with the artwork that I have hanging. Do you like that better, or would you rather see me bring back the peg shelf and show you what I plan to do for decorating for the 2025 spring season?
It was nothing you did, I just felt my love lightning. Now we talk all the time, it's a little one-sided. Always one step ahead, and I'm running behind you. I'm befriended and in a loose, I could never stand to lose, I get by when you're at my side. I'm befriended and in a loose, I'm befriended and in a loose, I could never stand to lose, I get by when you're at my side. I'm befriended and in a loose,
Killing time, Friday night. Found a photograph of us without cares and worn out clothes. Doesn't seem so long ago. Now I'm just sitting here bored at home, and it really got me thinking of the times we took off on the road. I can't remember where we headed that night. We were cruising around town in Memphis, running the lights. I just know how it felt. I won't forget that. Windows down and open top. But we were clever not to take it too far, though it's hard not getting tempted. Calling you up to see how you've been, 'cause don't I miss you and all those things we did back then. Way back then. It's funny how times roll by. Is it 12 years since last time? Where'd you go? What's the score? Did you find what you were looking for? I never see you anymore.
It's time to move over to the dining table, and I am still on the hunt for a replacement table to this one that I have here. It's old and thrifted, but I love the shape and I love the spindle legs, and so I'm not going to be getting rid of it until I find one that I love just as much. And so for today, we're going to be bringing in a lot of those beautiful pastels. I did not make these cupcakes, although I do like to claim credit. I bought them at Walmart Bakery, and I love the way they look in this little cake stand, along with a few more Easter-inspired decorative objects.
Killing time, Friday night. Found a photograph of us. I can't remember what we did that time. We were spending one night in Venice. It just slipped my mind. I just know how it felt. I won't forget that. Windows down and open top. But we were clever not to take it too far, though it's hard not getting tempted. Calling you up to see how you've been, 'cause don't I miss you and all those things we did back then. didn't seem so long ago. Now I'm just sitting here bored at home, and it really got me thinking of the times we took off on the road. I can't remember where we headed that night. We were cruising around town in Memphis, running the lights. I just know how it felt. I won't forget that. Windows down and open top, but we were clever not to take it too far. Though it's hard not getting tempted, calling you up to see how you've been. 'Cause don't I miss you and all those things we did back then. Way back then. It's funny how times roll by.
I really enjoyed decorating with you today, and I hope you got a little bit of inspiration for the upcoming spring season. I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, take care, guys. Bye-bye. Thanks for taking this look back with me. I hope you got a ton of spring inspiration. I know I did, and I am ready to get started with spring 2026. I'll see you next time.